Today we're going to be doing a side-by-side comparison between the two Aeropresses that are out there. You got the classic Aeropress here and you got the Aeropress Go here. Both of these are great machines and both of these do the job fairly well, but I'm going to show you the differences and kind of which one I would choose overall if I would buy one again. So first off, I do want to say thank you for watching this video. If you find it helpful, please click the subscribe button, as well as check out some of my other videos. I have a link to some of the products in the description below. These links are affiliate links where I'll get a slight commission at no extra charge for you, but it would help fund different products for different videos down the road if you choose to buy through those affiliate links. Also, I have a Patreon account, so please support me on Patreon. It's very little each month, and what that'll go to is help produce more content, give you the ideas that are on my idea board of what's next, as well as some exclusive content and the chance to win products and take them home. So I could be giving away grinders, espresso machines, Aeropresses down the road for my viewers and for my Patreon followers. So please check that out and consider participating in Patreon. But at the very least, please subscribe to my YouTube channel to help support my videos. So let's dive in. Let's see what the difference is. So I do want to note one thing right off the bat is I'm missing one thing for the original Aeropress. I am missing the Scoop, which isn't that big of a deal. The Scoop is the same size as this one. It just looks a little different. Not a big deal. But other than that, I've used them both substantially. So first off, we have the Aeropress Paddle. This is coming with the original Aeropress. One of the things that's nice about this is they made this length perfectly long so that when you stir in there, you will not rip the paper filter at the bottom or anything along the lines of that. You'll just be able to stir well with it. You have the funnel, which basically just lets you load grounds or water or whatever you want inside your Aeropress. And then you have your filter holder, and you have your other paper filter holder where it holds all the paper filters that you have. And then you have your two-piece Aeropress, which is kind of hard to get apart when it's dry, but you got your plunger and your other part of your Aeropress there. It does look a little worn out because I have used it substantially over time. So we got your original Aeropress here, and then you have your Aeropress Go, which is just a recent thing that came out. So you got your little silicone lid there. You got your paper filter holder, which holds about 20 paper filters. I am a little disappointed with this. It is plastic. I thought it was going to be a little bit more durable than it is, but it's done the job so far, and it holds the papers like it claims to. And it also still comes with the standard 350 paper filters that any Aeropress will come with. It also has this paper filter holder, which is a different layout than the original paper filter holder. And then we have, went on a little too quick there. Oh well. This is a cup, so you can brew directly into the cup and everything fits inside the cup, which makes this a little bit better for travel. It takes up less space and it fits everything you need inside this little cup, which doubles as a drinking vessel. You have your Aeropress Scoop. Again, this is a lot smaller. It holds the same amount, but they made this a lot smaller so it fits inside the Aeropress. And you have your Aeropress Stir Stick, so you can simply stir your grounds in there. And then you have your two-piece Aeropress plunger, and clearly it's a little wet, so I didn't clean it very well the last time I used it. So let's start off with what is the main differences on these. If you look and put these side by side, you are going to have a substantial height difference. There are numbers on the side which go up to 3, and these are lined up fairly well from Aeropress to Aeropress, and it goes all the way up to 4 on the original Aeropress and 3. So this basically has a more volume-sized capacity on it. If you also notice the base is a lot wider on this versus this one. And that does kind of make a difference here and there. It makes it a little easier to get over some cups. But what also is a huge difference is the base on the lids are substantially different. They got like about quite a bit more room, almost like an inch or so of difference. You can see that right there. And the reason why that makes a difference is if you choose to do the inverted method, which is basically taking the Aeropress and putting it upside down on it. With the Aeropress Go, you have a better chance of spilling it because it's less stable. That was a poor example as that fell off. It's less stable of a base because of the diameter of the original Aeropress. So they both work great. I do love the stir stick on the original one because it does have that blocking method where when you do put it in there, it will stop. So it's not hitting the table or anything underneath of it. If you put the new one in there, it touches the bottom very easily, and I don't have a problem, but it is very kind of satisfying just to use it that way, as the original one has. The funnel, I never really used the funnel ever for my Aeropress until recently, and it really doesn't make a big difference. I don't know if that's a win or a loss to have the funnel. It could be for you, but it's not for me. These don't really have any kind of a difference to me. I haven't noticed any results differently in that. The cup is surprisingly nice. It looks so goofy in my opinion, but the lip is comfortable to drink from. It's nice because you can feel the heat of the cup, but you're not getting burned by the heat of the coffee inside. So it gives a little bit of insulation, but it allows you to feel the warmth of your coffee. So which is great for camping or something like that when it's cold at night and you're drinking either hot chocolate out of it or making coffee in the morning. It's nice to be able to feel that cup instead of drinking through a double-walled thermos. And it compacts nicely, fits in there nicely. The pros and the cons to it is if you want to fit a grinder, which some people carry a Porlex Mini inside the grinder, and like they'll just put it right in there, and then they can travel with a grinder and everything they need with it. You can't really do that with the Aeropress Go because everything is confined inside of this and it will not fit in there. You could also use either the Porlex Mini or the Air Grind right here. However, I don't find that as big of a deciding factor anymore than what I did. I used to think that was a huge pro because I used to travel sliding my Air Grind in there. However, the Air Grind is the only grinder that I would actually really buy for the Aeropress in the terms of fitting in the grinder. I probably wouldn't buy Porlex Mini just because it doesn't perform to my likings. The Air Grind is the next step up, but there's been so many issues with the Air Grind. You can see there's tape on mine. I just had a friend's come in, and Knox customer service is out of whack, and all of these different things that have been wrong with the grinding of it. If you buy one, there is a chance that it might not work and you might not ever get your money back. So because of that, I don't recommend the Air Grind anymore, and I would choose like a Commandante or a Kinu grinder or something along the lines of that. That might be a little pricier, but it's going to be bigger. It won't fit in the Aeropress, but it will be better grounds overall. Or you'll just pre-grind your coffee before and you can shove it inside of either one of these and it will fit perfectly fine. So that's something to think about. Is I will probably, once this Air Grind backs out, I will probably just not use it ever again, and I'll find a different grinder and carry it separately from my Aeropress when I am traveling. So check out the links from below for the recommendation of what grinder I would pick out for an Aeropress if you don't already have one for portability and ease of use purposes down the road. So one of the huge satisfying things that I got and why I would choose one versus the other is if you do the inverted method, this is definitely nicer. And that is one of the most common ways of doing an Aeropress, which basically the inverted method, instead of putting all the coffee in the grounds directly like this, you will put this on top of this and put the coffee and grounds on top through this. So basically can be no drips coming out, and then you'll just flip it upside down onto your cup. So it's a little dangerous. Aeropress will never recommend that because of safety hazards, things like that. So that is what it is. This one is a little less stable for that, but I haven't found too big of a problem. one of the big pros that you have for the original Aeropress is this. This is the Prismo made by Fellow. It basically gives the option to do the inverted method without having to do the inverted method. It comes with a filter. I make tea through this. I do a lot with this filter. And it does a great job of everything that I want it to. So basically I can brew directly like this and put it through a cup because it's sealed right there at the bottom until you put any pressure in there. I love this Prismo. It doesn't make espresso, but it does do good enough that I can bring a French press with me and make a fake latte with it if I want to. And it does definitely do the job well and is a huge add-on to the Aeropress. The catch is the Prismo does not fit on the Go. It does not fit because the lips of this is too wide. And they did not design it when the Go was out. So that is a huge con. I don't know if Fellow's ever going to fix that, but that is the main reason why I would choose the original Aeropress over the other. I dilute things so much that the capacity doesn't matter to me. I love the cup of it. I love the storage. I honestly love the filter holder. That's probably the main reason I bought it, was because of the filter holder. And the next thing that I like more about it is the gasket, this rubber gasket. This one's been well used, so give it some grace on this, but it's held up fine for 5-6 years. Not daily use, but regular use. The gasket on this one is just a lot harder to, basically, when everything is dry, to slide this on for storage. Like, you can see the amount of work that it's taken me just to even get it in there, and it's still not going super well. Never store your Aeropress like that, by the way. But this one, there's like a difference on the silicone of this, and it makes it like, look at how easy. I got it all the way through in like 2 seconds. It's just the most satisfying thing, and I don't know how to explain it, but I love my Prismo and I love my Aeropress. But in all honesty, this dumb little gasket makes me want to use this one a lot more, and it drives me nuts because it shouldn't do that, but it just slides in and out so easy, and it doesn't have a problem with leaking. Whatever they did with this makes a huge difference, and I love it. I just love it. It's great. I do love the easy storage of having everything at once. Honestly, I never use the scoop, and very rarely do I use the stir stick. I will just use a spoon. So I'm taking those out of the method and out of my comparison because they're not a big deal to me. The cup, honestly, I have a camp cup. Not a huge deal, but it is a nice cup, and it does store a lot, so bonus points to that. But you're never in a place where you don't need a cup. Most of the time, wherever you're at, you already have a cup, or you brought one with you, or you can bring one with you, or you're in a hotel, or whatever it is. But it's nice, easy to store. So basically, the reason I would go with the original Aeropress is, one, if you're going to do the inverted method, which I just kind of pull up on the plunger a little bit to stop anything falling through. So I'll just put it in like this, and then just pull up a little bit, and it will stop any drips from happening, so I won't do the inverted method. And you can still do the inverted method with the other one, it's just a little bit more risky. So if you're going to do the inverted method a lot, for sure use the original Aeropress. If that's not a big problem to you, then that's your choice. But the main thing is, if you want to use the Prismo, you cannot buy the Aeropress Go unless you file down some of this to make it fit in there a little bit better, which honestly I think I probably will do, but for the time being, as is, when you buy things, the Prismo will not fit, and that is a disappointment. And that's nothing on Fellow, nothing on Aeropress, because they do not work together on things. And look at that, the Prismo doesn't even fit underneath the lid, so you do have that in there too. I guess if you take out the filter holder, you can get it in there, and then carry your Prismo with you, which you don't need filters if you have the Prismo because it has the built-in one in there. But if you file it down in there and it fits, I would almost choose the Aeropress Go just because I love that plunger so much better, and I don't do the inverted method, and I still have the option, and it's just a smaller footprint, and it's nice without all the loose parts. And then I can take whatever grinder I want and put it in a little tiny bag, and this is what I have, and this is what I'll carry with me, and it does a great job. I also have another video out there. I'll put it at the link at the end of this video, and this video is about the best way to travel with an Aeropress without using the Go. So if you have the original Aeropress, I'll show you a travel kit that does everything from storing beans, grinding beans, weighing beans, and boiling water, all from the comfort of a small little shaving kit. So we're gonna see that. You can see the links in all of that I have, and hopefully that will help you with it. But I hope you found this video helpful. I know I kind of struggled with finding the content for the Aeropress Go, so I just went out and bought one. These are basically the same price. Both have their pros and cons, so it's up to you on what you think is best for you and your method of brewing coffee. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.